guys, welcome to our channel Travel with Sobiajib, where we post about Canadian immigration and our life in Canada vlogs with 3 kids. So guys, today's video is about how to apply for jobs with a proper Canadian resume and a proper Canadian cover letter. Yes, you heard it right. It's an extra step in Canada when applying for jobs that you have to create a cover letter. And don't be surprised, because I am going to give you some great tips in this video about how to apply for a Canadian job when you are in Canada or from outside. So stay tuned. Okay, so the first tip in today's video that I would like to give, and the most important one, is that always apply with a resume and cover letter. Be prepared to submit both of those things, because here 80%, or even I might not be wrong if I say 85% of the employers ask for a cover letter and a resume both. And also, if it's a digital marketing position, or a social media marketing position, or a graphic design position, they will even ask you for your creative portfolio or your website, or links to your I would say online content. So be prepared for all of that. And if you are in finance, probably there will be some work samples that you have to show. And I'm not a finance person or an accounts person, but you know it better where your work samples live, and you have to be ready to submit all of that. Okay, another thing that I would like to add here, another tip, is that you have to customize your resume and cover letter both for every job. Yes, you heard it right. It's a very, I would say it's a very lengthy process, but I personally believe, and every employer believes, that you have to customize that resume and cover letter when applying for each and every job. Why? Because first of all, here selection is mostly, like, jobs are mostly advertised on LinkedIn and Indeed.ca or any other channel. But when you apply for those jobs, if your resume and cover letter don't include the keywords that are present in the job responsibilities posted by the job poster, the hiring manager, the system will not shortlist your resume and cover letter for that particular job. So the first step, you are, like, disqualified. You're out of that selection process. I know particularly about LinkedIn, because I would say 90% of my interview calls have come from LinkedIn. And like, my CV has always been selected, downloaded, viewed. I can see the status on my LinkedIn profile that my resume for that particular job, when I customize my resume and cover letter for that particular job, always do that. It is a long process, but believe me, where you will be applying for 100 jobs and hardly getting calls from, I would say, 5 recruiters, it is better to apply for I would say 15 jobs and then getting calls from 4 to 5 recruiters. Obviously, it's like, both are strenuous processes and both require time and effort. But in this, in the letter process where you are customizing your resume and cover letter, it will be more fruitful, more productive, and your chances of getting an interview call or a preliminary shortlisting criteria call from a recruiter, the chances would be more than 50%. So that's my say, what I've learned from this Canadian market. Let's get to the first section of your resume. Let's see what is included in that. I would say the first thing that comes is your name, and then your profile, your bio data, like the 3-4 points, the contact information and everything, and then your LinkedIn, your website, your blogs if you have any. And then let's come to your summary. It will be a professional summary, the highlights, the objective, what you want to do, what you have achieved, and what you want to do. It is as simple as that. After that, give your professional experience, what you have done, starting from the most recent job that you are doing. If you are currently in a job, do mention that. And or if you have resigned from that position and currently not working, do give the dates as such, the exact dates, because they will definitely ask you that what are you doing right now, or otherwise. Most important things that will come in your professional experience, like for example for that particular job, will be your the first of all the company where you have worked, the title in which you are working, and the time duration that you have served in that position in that company. And then comes the bullet points, 5 to 6 bullet points of your professional experience, like what your job responsibilities were, what have you done in that company. And also one other thing which I have learned in Canada, and I did not do it in Dubai or Pakistan, that employers would love to see what have you achieved in that particular position. For example, if you were a sales manager in your or if you are a sales manager in your current company, always give the numbers that you have achieved. For example, achieved a monthly target of so many, like, always write in Canadian dollars. And if that company is back home from India or from UAE, then always convert the currency into Canadian dollars, because they would not know how big or how small a portfolio you have handled. So to give, I would say, to impress those employers, please convert it into Canadian dollars and mention that. Having said that, always mention results, what you have achieved. For example, if you have say for example, if you started doing social media marketing for a brand, and for a company, or for a brand, and you increased their for example their social media following, their YouTube followers, from 1,000 followers up to 80,000 followers, do mention that, because they really want to see the results, and they want to see what difference you are going to make when you join their company, and why they should hire you. So these are the most important tips. After mentioning all the companies that you have worked for, please be sure there should not be any big major gap, or if there is, you should be able to answer that, and you should have a valid reason. For example, if you were taking care of your newborn child, or you took a maternity leave, be ready to explain that to the employer. Or probably you took that time off to get some additional education, probably a professional diploma or a degree or a course. It should be logical in the eyes of the employer. After doing that, put in your educational degrees. It should come in the chronological order, like the recent one should come first, after that will come the second most recent, and then the third most. After mentioning all of that, references is not required, your picture is not required in a CV. And it's a creative portfolio, or if it's a sales portfolio, if you want to give it, that is fine, but it is not a mandate. Again, another thing is that do not include references. I don't include references in my resume, but be prepared to provide resumes once you are selected for second or third interview. So they might ask you immediately after the second interview, or before the final selection, they would ask you for 3 references. They will call them up, and they will find out your good points, your bad points, like whatever that reference has to say about you. One more thing I would like to add here, that if it is a creative job, or if it's a graphic designing job, or marketing manager, digital marketing manager, or social media manager, all of those, the designing jobs, I would say, create a template. Take a template, create your resume in Canva or other softwares. I would say you will find plenty of them. I do it in Canva because it was suggested to me by an HR professional, a recruiter, and she told me, she was from an HR agency, and she told me that when I gave her the resume in Word format, she told me that you are in digital marketing, please do something with your resume, make it creative. And I went to Canva, I downloaded, I searched for a simple, decent, but a little bit of colorful, a little bit of with a circular picture, and then I would say, and this is the format, and you can just delete and put in your own points in that, and make it your own and submit it. And I would say that I have started getting calls after submitting this resume, as compared to when I was submitting a resume in the Word format. However, please always go through the job details that are posted by the employer, and they will mention it if they want to see it in the Word format, or if they want to see it in the PDF format, or if there is nothing mentioned, then you're free to do whatever you want. So I always do it in that PDF format that I've downloaded, created in the Canva with that template, and I send it to them in the PDF format, unless and until they have they require something else which they mention in the job tips from me for now. If you have any questions, please comment in the section below, like and subscribe to this channel, and let me know what other topics you would like to know about finding a job in Canada, about any other topic regarding study in Canada or immigration in Canada. So I will make sure to make videos on those topics. And stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and bye bye. But before diving in, I would say I would like to introduce my resume making and cover letter making services that I provide. And you can always fill in the contact details on this website, or you can even message me on Instagram or on this YouTube channel, or if you want to send in a message, but on this website, and we'll try to reach you as soon as possible. And these services come with a small fee. Oh, yeah.